Hello. Welcome to the sleep clinic. How are you? Tired, I bet. I bet you are. I feel like we've met before, haven't we? Oh. No, you just look like you have a familiar face. Like an old friend. Anyway, like I said, welcome. Today we're going to be conducting a sleep examination on you. We're going to be having you in overnight over the next 3 nights, of which we're going to be monitoring your sleep pattern and tweaking a few different ambient room and comfort adjustments to see if there's something that maybe works for you. We're also trialling out something called ASMR, which stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. So this essentially uses sound as a technique to assist with relaxation and sleep. So we're going to be using a little bit of that today, just to ease you in a little bit. But firstly, I need to do a health assessment on you to make sure that you're in tip-top shape for the few nights that you're going to stay with us. So when you do stay with us, you have your own room. This room is completely blackout, noise cancelling. You will not hear anyone walking down the corridors. You won't hear anyone in their own personal bedrooms. It is completely almost like a sensory deprivation room, so that you don't have any unnecessary distraction. Now, myself and a team of 4 other colleagues will be staying over at the sleep clinic during your stay as well. So if at any moment during the night you feel like you need some assistance, you will have a button at the side of your bed. Just press that and we can bring you anything that you may need, whether you want to change the ASMR track that you're listening to currently, if you need extra pillows, a glass of water to use the bathroom, whatever you may need, okay? Great. So I'm going to be hooking you up to the system in the bedroom. That is the only thing that I would say feels a little bit odd and may affect your relaxation. We will be having some monitors connected to you. They don't really feel like anything. I'm sure you get used to them quite quickly. We're going to attach them now before it gets to the evening time, so by the time you've had your evening meal, you should be okay. Alright, so let's start with the health examination first. I'm just going to grab my little list to make sure that I have everything that I need and that I'm making a note of everything that we discussed. So I'm going to be conducting a couple of ASMR demonstrations for you at the end of this health check, which will kind of give me a little bit of a guidance of what you do and do not like. Okay. So, can I just confirm your first and last name? Okay, and your date of birth. Okay, your current address. And postcode. Cool, and then contact number. This is just for later on. That's okay, yeah, whenever someone asks me for my number, I always forget. There you go. No problem. And finally, an email address. This is going to be used to send over any results. I'll just go through a few quick questions before we do our health assessment. Do you currently have any health conditions that you're being treated for? So asthma, migraines. Okay. Of course, the insomnia. That one's the given. Are you currently on any medication? Yep, so is there anything that you recreationally take that's not prescribed? Okay. Yeah, they can. So like herbal sleep medication. Are they the kind of things that you can find in the supermarket? Like Calms, yeah? Okay, that's fine. Do you have any family medical history that I should be aware of? So history of heart attacks, strokes? Okay. Okay. How would you rate your overall health at the moment, apart from your sleep? So your like general day-to-day fitness levels. You feel generally healthy other than the sleep deprivity? Okay, would you rate it out of 10? Okay, it's not amazing, but that would probably be largely to the lack of sleep. It does tend to have a knock-on effect to everything. Would you say that you eat healthy, you exercise frequently, you get lots of fresh air, doing lots of mindfulness activities? Okay, and what would you do to relax? Like, do you have any nice relaxing hobbies? You like reading? Do you read in the evening before you go to bed? Okay, so you find yourself scrolling a lot. Have you tried to stop the scrolling before you go to bed? Generally, screen time has a large effect on our ability to sleep. You know, it's very well known that we tell new parents to try to reduce screen time with children as much as possible because it does have an effect on the circadian rhythm with all of the blue light. So it is something that we don't tend to bring into adulthood, but we really should consider it. Having a lot of screen time and a lot of stimulation usually means it's very, very difficult for ourselves to bring ourselves back down. What is it that you do for work? So you're in front of a computer all day? Yeah. That definitely has an effect. I mean, I won't tell you to change careers, obviously, but I think you need to find that balance between working and then once you get home, trying to limit the telly, trying to limit, you know, scrolling on TikTok, etc. I know it can be hard, especially in this day and age. We always feel like we're missing out if we're not on social media and we don't see the latest trends and things, but life's all about balance, you know, so I definitely would suggest trying to limit, but we can talk about that a little bit more later. One of our generalised rules is we don't allow devices into your deprivation room, just because we don't want you to have any unnecessary distraction. So I hope that that's okay. Okay, fabulous. Last question. What is it that you have attempted prior to coming here in terms of aiding your sleep? Okay. Okay, so you're really on the side of you've been trying the medication, it's not been working. You want to explore other alternatives, which is why we're here today. Amazing. Well, I definitely think that the lack of screen time and the use of ASMR is definitely going to be something that works for you, but we will do our investigations to find out. Okay, so let's begin now with your health assessment. I'm not going to do too much. It's simple things like height, weight, your temperature, just having a little listen to your chest, making sure you're nice and clear, having a look inside your eyes and your mouth, just generalised things, okay? So, I'm actually going to pop on some gloves. It's just general good practice, and I also find the sound quite relaxing, so hopefully this assists the whole ASMR experience for you. I do apologise, this one has been turned inside out. There we are, all better. Okay, so let's begin with your temperature. This just goes inside your ear, okay? Alright, and the other side. Fab. So we're at 36.7, so that's nice and healthy. I just need to write it down on my notes. Okay. Alright. And let me just take your heart rate. I'm going to pop this on your finger, okay? Alright, we'll just give it a second. And it also measures your oxygen levels. If we just give it a minute. Okay, so we're currently at 93 beats per minute. Do you feel a little bit anxious? That's okay. It's perfectly normal to feel that. And your oxygen levels are at 95%, which is a nice healthy range. That's fine. Okay, let's write that down. So we're at 93. 95%. Okay. Alright, moving on. I'm going to have a little listen to your chest now. If you could just lift your top up for me. Okay. Brilliant. Okay, I'm going to have a little listen to your heart first, just making sure it sounds nice and regular. Good. Okay. Next, your breathing. So just breathe normally for me for a minute. I'm just going to have a listen to your breathing. Good. Alright, and then if you could just take a deep breath in and out. Okay, good. And again in and out. One more time in and out. Good. Okay, I'm happy with that. That's absolutely fine. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to have a little look inside your eyes. Now, I can't find my torch currently, so we're just going to have to use my phone light. I hope that's okay. We've been moving offices recently and everything has just gone missing. Okay, so just stay nice and still. I'm just going to flash the light into your field of vision, okay? Are you ready? Okay. Good. Mm-hmm. Good. Okay, and the other eye. Oh, I do apologise. Mm-hmm. Brilliant. Okay. Eyes looking nice and healthy. In fact, while I'm here, let's just have a little look inside the back of your throat. Can you open up and say, ah? Good, well done. Okay, that's brilliant. Let me just make a note. And you've not been feeling under the weather at all? And have you got any issues with your eyesight at all? No? Okay, brilliant. Let's move on then. I'm going to just do your height and weight. If you could just step on the scales in front of you. Okay, you could just relax. Let's write that down. Okay, and then finally, before we prep you, I'm just going to measure your height. Okay, so stay nice and still. Okay, if you could just pop your finger on the top of your head there, thank you. Okay. Oh, bless you. You're only little, aren't you? Okay, brilliant. Let's just write that down. Okay, right, we're all done with that assessment. Congratulations, you can relax now. Now, I'm going to be prepping you for the electrodes to go on your head and behind your ears. Now, I need to use these moist alcohol wipes just to clean the areas before placing the electrodes, because they clean it, but they also get rid of any like dust particles, things like that, so that the adhesive can stick properly. Okay. It's quite a tricky thing to do with gloves on. There we are. Okay. So if you could just brush your hair from the side of your face. Okay, I'm going to be quite gentle. This side. get a new one for your neck. Just going to gently brush your hair back to get behind your ears here. That's it. Okay, and the other side here. Perfect, okay. Let's grab the electrode. As you can see, they come in a nice sealed packet, so you know that they're nice and hygienic, nobody else has used them before. Okay. Right, and I'm just going to peel and stick them onto you. Okay. So here's one. Place that one up here. There we go. I'm gonna have to take my gloves off, they're getting stuck to my gloves. Let's try that again. So here's number 2. That's better. Number 3. And number 4. Just here. Perfect. Okay. So, you're all set and ready to go. I can get you some extra blankets, pillows, things like that. Okay. And another choice that you have is, once you're in the room, you can have one of two things. You can either have the ambient ASMR playing through the speakers in the room, or if you feel like it's more comfortable and you'd like the sound to be up close in your ear, you can wear a pair of headphones. Totally up to you. Okay, that's fine. Well, you can always call and request for these if you feel like you need them. Okay. Okay, so before I leave you to go and relax and get comfortable in your room, we'll be calling you down for dinner. But before we do, as promised, I wanted to show you a little demonstration of some of the ideas that you may get with ASMR that potentially you may find relaxing. So there's lots of different sounds. I will show you a few. Okay. So, firstly, we have crinkling sounds. rustling sounds, like glove sounds. We have page turning. A multitude of different surfaces. This is a glass tap. sounds like raindrops. Lots of different things that you can explore. So, we can also do things like nature sounds, like ambient rain, wind, sounds of the ocean, sounds of birds tweeting, etc. etc. You may also enjoy like road traffic noises, late night noises, things like that. And they work really well. There's lots of different things, practically anything that you can imagine we can create and potentially you may find relaxing. So out of those ones I showed you, was there anything that you were like, ooh, I really like that? The tapping and the crinkling, nice. We can also have whispering like this, so it may be me or it may be somebody else, but we have pre-written tracks that we have pre-recorded. So this is whispering. So we also have what I've just done there is like inaudible or unintelligible whispering, so making sounds that don't make sense and you almost completely cannot hear. And then what is called soft spoken, which is the tone and register that I'm speaking in right now. So have a little think about what you may like. Every night we can tailor it, change it, but you can also request to change it halfway through the night if you're not a fan. Okay? Amazing. Well, I will show you to the dining hall where you can get your dinner, and then we tend to have lights out by 10 p.m. Okay? If you'd like to follow me.